Love, how do you value your body?
It's everything to me because you only get one.
Okay.
Health and wellness is of the utmost to me now. Um, as obviously as we all age, we need to treat our bodies much better. And I wish I would have had that frame of mind when I was younger. And I agree with how they used to say youth is wasted on the young because you don't think about that kind of stuff when you're young. But my body is everything, and I treat it. I try to use it as a well-oiled machine. I make sure I drink my water. I make sure I nourish it with what's needed for it to function at its most optimal um, level. So it's everything, and so I treat it as a sacred temple. Um, make sure what I put in it is good and nourishing.
Hmm. How do you value your body, Dana?
Don't laugh like that and then come to me.
I just heard something in that answer.
No, that's fine. But I don't think I've ever valued my body. If I can be very, very, very honest with you, I have always had body issues from the time I hit puberty to now. I'm 38 years old. I've always had body issues, body image issues.
Okay.
And so I don't value my body. I value the quality of my body and the things that, like the longevity of my body. So I value the things I put into my body so that it can last. But my body image, I don't value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yana, what you think? How much is your body worth to you?
I feel like you keep rephrasing the question.
Mm-hmm.
But my body is priceless. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Period.
Okay. Well, I understand that. Question, ladies. Can you think of a number of men that you gave your body to that didn't deserve it?
Yes.
Oh, they can't hear you nodding.
Absolutely. Yes.
Let's go around the room.
Are we putting the number?
No, not number.
Top of my head. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes.
Tell me the number. I'm interested.
No, I'm not gonna set myself up. You said yes or no. Yes or no.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Smart. I like it. That's why you're always my favorite trainer on the team.
I appreciate that.
You're just crazy as hell. That's all. Sis, you say yes?
Yes.
Dana, you are you a yes with that?
Yeah, surely.
Tay?
Definitely.
Barry?
Yes.
Alex?
Absolutely.
Love?
Yes.
Would you guys say it was at the very least more than one?
Yes.
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 Y'all can just say yes. Okay. And then have you given your body to anyone that you regretted?
Yes.
No.
Damn.
No.
No, it was what it was kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not regret like you reflect on like I don't want to make it seem like the regret like in one way, but like maybe if you could take that back, you would type shit.
My answer is yes to that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I know regret can be that far, but there's you know what I mean. There's an in between there with that wasn't worth it. Why did I do it? That nigga don't want me, etc. I don't want him. Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Love said. Okay. Y'all keep walking with me now. Stay. Keep up. Love said something that was key. I make sure I monitor what goes in my body. I would venture that dicks go inside of you.
Yes.
So you thinking about this, right? You thinking about this. You guys say your bodies are invaluable, right? The value of them is you can't measure it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we just uncovered the fact that there's bodies we regret, people we initially never slept with, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
What goes into our body is very important. You guys agree?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So now I'm gonna ask you a question again. How much do you value your body?
I'll repeat what I said earlier. I value a lot.
Then don't go if it's the same thing.
Can I say something?
You're asking the
Hold
us
on.
to
Here's what I'm at now. Here's
Right,
one
'cause
thing
you
that I
asked
want
me,
to.
what is my
Hold on,
body
y'all.
worth to me?
Hold on. I know I asked you
Go ahead.
different questions, right? But here's what the thing is: the other ladies are listening, are also answering, and it's okay if you subscribe to one of their answers. It's okay. I asked a few different questions in a bunch of different ways just to understand, right? Because a lot of times on the panel, one lady will start windmilling, everybody gonna windmill with her. So now let's not try to break down each other's answers, because I think all y'all answered honestly initially. But have you thought about this though before? Your body is invaluable, right? You can't measure the value. That's what the majority of you guys said in some way, shape, or form. And then you gave it to people that seemingly didn't deserve it. So now if you answer that question again, considering those factors, considering health and all those other things, how much do you actually value your body? And here's the thing. You guys are brave enough to be up here. But there's plenty of women in the chat. It's going to be 8,000 people to watch this. And when you guys are answering, it ain't just you. You feel me? You answering for a lot of other people. You know, I usually say that, like, I represent all the women in the world. But the truth is, who actually had this type of conversation before? Y'all haven't. Y'all thought we was going to talk about corny shit like body shaming. When niggas know they love ass with the dimples in it. And the kangaroo pouch is okay, especially if you had a kid. So niggas, I mean, come on. And then 70% of us overweight. 40% of us is obese too. So that's the pot calling the cat. We need to get in that corny shit, right?
What's that? What's the stat again?
Which one?
Either of those of y'all being overweight.
Yeah, 36% of men are overweight. Or excuse me, obese, black men. Now, women's obesity rates are much higher.
Well, that's not what you were speaking on, and that's not what I asked you to repeat.
So, and now that we got all the stuff we're gonna consider, then we reflect back, because if you're that valuable, one body that you regret, you have to consider. You have to weight that. If you said your value was once quantified, you couldn't quantify it. So if you answered again transparently, how much have you valued your body?
I don't think we've done a good job overall. Just say like that. I don't think so.
Yeah,
And I'm not pushing. I'm hope y'all understand. I ain't trying to push you in no corner, but let's be real for a second. You feel me?
But if you think about, if I'm answering exactly what you asked, what I think, I'm thinking of me right now.
No, all of it matters.
All the stuff that I used to do, I don't do that.
Nope, that's not how life actually works, right? So
It does.
everything
You
you
learn
know.
the value
So here's why. So hold on a second. Here's why it doesn't work like that, right? Because if you start drinking and working on your liver early, you understand that the liver gets corroded, right? Why? Because time and miles matter. Just like with knees, if you're overweight and you got your knees will become compromised because you've been carrying that weight for so long. So we can't now sit up here and say all that shit is obsolete now.
But at some point, if you fix it, if you start the diet, them knees is gonna be fine.
No. So here's what that see wear and tear, right? If you beat your car up and you start to not beat your car up, is the car still beat up from the point you stop beating it up?
But if you get it fixed, is it still beat up?
Come on, Mary. This is foolish. Here's the thing. I don't really want to do this part because it's unnecessary. We're wasting time. So if you beat a car up, right? If you put 1,000 miles on a car over the course of 20 days, that wear and tear is different than 1,000 miles over the course of 60 days, right? Okay. So time and miles matter to anything.
So the drive.
Right. Time matters, which gives people time to change.
Okay. Well,
I'm sure you find value in things now that you didn't before. That's with anybody. Okay.
So you can't answer because you're saying that all your past doesn't matter. So just sit out this question.
I'm saying that right now, today, I value it differently.
No, I'm saying your past doesn't matter because you're trying to dismiss it because you see things differently now. So just sit out this question for a second.
Right.
So Coach Tay, what you think?
So I get what you're saying in terms of like the damage is done, if that's the message I'm receiving, right?
That's a good understanding.
Like, essentially the damage is done. You can't fix what was done in the past. So considering that, I clearly don't value myself as much as I thought. But to Mary's point of like, changing or seeing the correction, I value it more now. I didn't then. I didn't more so then because of the things that I did to regret.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All that stuff has to matter, right? Because what you want to think of it, Mary, is scars. You can always see them. You always know where they are, and you can remember the bike that you fell off when you got that scar. And so you got scarred or PTSD, which is the reason why you may or may not approach things the same way. That's why the past matters. So everything that you accumulate with your body, how you've treated it, given that we regret some things that we experienced, how do you think you valued it?
I didn't value it.
Okay. How come? What make you say that? That's saying didn't, like not at all. Why is that?
Because I just didn't, to me, it just wasn't, things weren't like such a big deal. Like it wasn't, I was a very dismissive person. Like to me, it was just like, whatever. Like, you know, didn't really care about much going on.
Yeah. Apathy is protective in a way, right? Because it's easier not to care. Seemingly. Right? That's solid. That's solid. Okay. And that's why I was diving into, like, let's really look. We can give cliche answers all the time. Remember I had to tell y'all niggas y'all was average? Because for some reason I was walking around thinking y'all was 9s and 10s. So
says the 4. Yeah.
And I'm a 4, right? So if I, so I ain't afraid to be a 4.
I ain't afraid to be a 7.
But you married, so you don't count. You ain't a 4 and single.
Touche. So, and my wife got me beat by a little bit, so I guess I'm doing better than.
Yeah, she brought up the average,
Yeah, she brought up the overall. So, Yana, how have you valued yourself?
I'll say then. I'll still say that I see my body as priceless. I may not have valued it as if it were priceless at a certain point in time, but I don't think that determines my worth.
Well, if you gave it to something or someone that didn't value it at all, right? But you gave it to them, you sold it to them, they bought it from you. Did that put a value on it?
No.
Well, think about this, right? If you get associated with something that costs $20, right? So let's say you got 2 toothpastes and there's all toothpaste on one row that are worth $7, right? But I put the wrong toothpaste on that row that's not worth $7, but also doesn't have a price tag. And it's been associated with $7 toothpaste since I went in that store. What am I going to assume the price is of that toothpaste?
I get what you're saying, like birds of the same feather flock together.
What am I going to consider the price? Well, first off, first question, what am I going to consider the price of that toothpaste to be?
You're going to consider it to be what everything else is, but
$7, right?
Okay, then. I think we should just leave it at that. That's how I'm going to just leave it at that, I feel.
No, because it's important to answer and then you can add context. So it would be $7.
What you're saying. I get your point. Yeah,
but go ahead, break it down. Break it down.
What is there to break down? I don't feel like there's anything to break down. I just because, at a point in time I didn't value myself doesn't mean that my worth is I don't feel as though my body is priceless. At that point in time, I just wasn't operating in that mindset. But
okay.
So
Right. So, Hamp, isn't that the lesson to learn overall over time, since you can't go back in time? So what she's saying is she learned it, married to. So now you're putting the right amount of value on your body now because you learned.
You can't tell me that there isn't a woman. Well, I won't speak for every woman, but I know that there are some females out here who have laid down and done the do and been like in the middle of the do is like, I know I'm not worth this. Oh, I'm better than this. So just because I did it in the moment with somebody I know it wasn't worth it at all, and I knew I was gonna regret it right after. In that moment, I still felt like I'm the shit. But like, it don't make sense. But in my head, we just gonna leave it at that. But that's how I feel. My personal opinion.
If one of the ladies had to respond to Yana's commentary just now, what should you say?
I'm just confused.
Yeah, to me, it sounds like a discussion of one's ego and their worth being tied together. Like I tie my ego to what my self-worth is, kind of to me. Like
I feel like I'm a little bit confused on it because when I hear the question in the statement, my answer wouldn't change. I feel more my body is more valuable now.
I asked you, what would you say to her based on what her commentary just was just now?
I would just say it sounds like ego over worth. Like,
break it down.
The high that you get off of doing whatever you do that supports and inflates your ego, but it doesn't necessarily support your worth. Like how she said that, possibly laying down with the individual, and like in the moment you're like, I know I shouldn't be doing this. But then I would think, okay, but why did you do it in the first place? Did you do it because of your ego, to boost your ego, to see if you could maybe lay down or be with this individual? Did you do it to see if you could attempt it? I guess I'm a little
confused. More like a self-love thing.
Okay.
I mean, that ties into like.
Yeah. All right, let me interject real quick. Alex, maybe you shouldn't have stepped up to answer the question.
I mean, I think it's just the opposite of what Alex was saying. I think men are good at selling you a dream or just looking real edible, or just they're saying the right things. They're in the right place, right time, and then you give in. Then you're like, hold up, nah. And then you get them up out of there. I've done that. I think now though, Yana, you're still in your 20s, still kind of in your prime, like no kids. I would say, yeah, just treat it like it's supposed to be treated.
But what do you, if you were her coach, what would you tell her? If she's saying in the middle of an act, you regret the person, place, time, act, but I'm still the shit, but the person has no value, and then this process has been duplicated. Are you gonna then say you got time?
Yeah, she still has time, and it's.
Where's the correction? Is what I'm asking.
Well, it's good that you came to the realization, but that's a little late. But you know now what to do moving forward. Don't even entertain it.
Damn. What about when you? What about? But sis, did you hold her accountable by saying the man talked her out her drawers?
Well, she knows he did. And that's how I got to
it. I didn't say that anybody talked me out of my drawers. See? Nothing like that. I laid down. I did the act. I'm saying it was. That's why I just said, why couldn't you just leave me alone? Why couldn't you just leave me in my confusion statement and like, cool?
So wait, did he not say anything? Did he just show up and it was just like make eye contact?
No, it was. Now I have to think about a specific time where I knew I regretted things. It's like. I deal with a lot of like, at a point in time, I lacked a lot of self-love. And even now I still mess with that. So it was more so like, I don't love myself enough to be like, I don't even want to do this, yo. Like, I'm just here to be like supportive kind. Like, I'm just here. Like, I know I don't want to be here. I know this isn't something I should be doing, but it's like, I didn't love myself enough to be like, just don't be there type deal. But the question was, how do I value my body? Like, what is my body worth to me? That was your question to me originally. That's what my question was.
But
does that make sense?
So here's my thing. I'm having a hard time understanding how it's invaluable, but yet in the middle of it, when you don't even consent anymore, you'll lay there to please another person. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what that was.
I know, don't
never agreed with it or anything like that. Just say that's what that was.
No, I understand, but just don't ever do that, because at any point when you don't want it to happen anymore, it's not consentful. That's it, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I'm sick of y'all leaving shit at that. When Yana actually, so here's the thing, Yana actually, she, even though she be wild and she windmills, she listens though. I've been knowing her for a decent amount of time, and she got like a big heart, big energy, but that self-esteem part is what she's been progressing on.
So what else?
Go ahead.
So a while back, when you asked the question, I was gonna say the same thing I said, but clarify more upon it. But you stopped me. What I was gonna say was, it's kind of like the Yana thing. Like now, where I'm at, and I said youth. When I say youth is wasted on the young, is what they say. And I wish I knew then what I know now, because a lot of the decisions I made back then, I would not have made. And I wouldn't have to be even more hyper vigilant and or have to repair some damage that was done when I was younger. And the whole point of what I'm hearing, Yana, and I think Hamp just said it too, is listen to your intuition. And when you don't want to be there, and don't play a supporting role to anybody's story. And I can resonate. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, because one thing we didn't do was address the situation. We talking about what? Well, you said go ahead, so be quiet for a second. So we didn't address the situation because that's real. Because we talking about how, if y'all, listen, this might not be for everybody. This conversation, I get it. So how have we valued our bodies? Sis kept it real when she unmuted. We haven't done a good job because she's talking about past, present, and future, and you gotta weigh it all. Because we had this conversation a lot, so I'm trying to understand it. Like, how did we really value ourselves?
That's the crazy part. I was literally going into that, but you cut me off when I'm saying I was trying to talk to her and just really have a heart-to-heart with her right now. But you cut it off again.
Well, because I want to hear some accountability before I hear the coaching.
But how much accountability is that? Because I was accountable. I feel like I don't need anybody to hold me accountable. I hold myself accountable by saying what I said.
Right. And she felt that she shouldn't have, that she wouldn't
in
want to
that
do
moment, I was holding myself accountable for the dumbass actions that I was going through with. Everybody here is just like kind of just being nice about it. Basically, you was dumb as shit, but being nice about it. They're all holding me accountable. No one said anything because everyone held me accountable by all their looks.
Well, Yana, but they didn't say shit though.
You don't have to. What's understood doesn't have to be explained.
So here's the other thing,
now
right,
that
Yana?
we're going so deep into it, I kind of wish I didn't say it.
It's okay though. Here's one thing you said.
I done it.
Here's the one thing that you said though, that the accountability wasn't there in the moment, because you said while it was happening, I was still the shit.
Okay, can I retract that statement? And once I said it, I felt bad about saying it. Not that I'm the shit. It was like I'm still Ayana. Me being with this bum ass nigga or whoever it might be, I'm still Ayana. Like, and Ayana is that nigga. Like, hands down, that nigga. This bum ass nigga here does not determine I'm less than because you don't got car, don't got this, don't got that. You're not determining who I am in this moment. Because there are a lot of females who out there, like even people who get raped and stuff, like if I was a rape victim, not victim, but like it happens. But if I were to let that determine the rest of my life, I probably wouldn't have never met you because I'd probably be scared of men. You know how many men I'm around now? I'm the only woman in my shop. So if anything, I feel like that helped me in life. Not helped me, but like it played a part. A man touched me as a child and I couldn't do nothing about it. Yeah. Now I work with men and I carry men, but I know how to talk to a man. Like on man time stuff, but like I know how to address a man. And make myself be seen and heard.
Yeah. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.